Italian. Word of the day for today, Friday, 8 December 2023, is mortificare. And this one's going to come with, I brought the word up in my take on the Ed Sheeran Shivers acoustic video. And I was like, but I don't know what that means. But I know what the feeling of the word is. But then I was reading Pride and Prejudice, and it came up in that book as well. And that was first came out in 1813. So I was like, well, I have a feel for the word, but can I define it clearly? So I pulled out my Italian English dictionary, and I looked at mortify, but mortify wasn't in here, if I'm recalling correctly. I had to go the other direction, which I am stopping and doing now. So let's make sure I got my chronology here. Yeah, so it's not in mortify, the English part of the language. However, if I go to the Italian part of the language, it goes mortificare, mortify. And this is, I think I've shown this one before. I'm not certain. And then I was like, okay. And then check online, and it's still the same and stuff like that. And then this is the Webster's New World Dictionary. This is I've also shown this one. This is my dictionary of present. I do not do like app dictionaries and stuff like that. I do this one. If I need to look up a word, I go to my physical dictionary. And so this is published, what, 1957? No, 1966. Copyright is latest printed on here is 1966. So it's 50-some years ago. 56 years ago, 57 years ago. Okay, and I'm going to do, they have two definitions for mortify, and I'm going to read that. So this is not my own definition, it's their definition, and then I'll add a little bit of context. So mortify, to punish one's body or control one's physical desires and passions by self-denial, fasting, etc. as a means of religious or ascetic discipline. And then two, this is the one where I'd say this is kind of more the Pride and Prejudice definition, and the definition of mortify I have encountered more in my life. This is the second one, which is to cause to feel shame, humiliation, chagrin, etc. Destroy the self-respect of. So yes. So if you've seen my take on the Ed Sheeran Shivers acoustic music video, I said it was like horrifying, mortifying. In that particular context, it was a little bit like the G-Eazy one, where like sometimes people are so impressive, it kind of like strips self-respect, right? Where it's kind of like, I might be good at doing something, there's like, it's like almost like a wake up of sorts of like, but not a wake up, it's like accepting that one is not as good as somebody else, but not in like a self-hate way, but in like a kind of stripping of like self-respect, which is not necessarily a bad thing. I guess is like, I would call mortify, like to mortify and that kind of stuff. I would say it's more of a part of a higher level growth process. There are people who have never been like genuinely mortified in their life, but they also kind of stall in their mental growth and capacities. And so mortify and mortification and stuff like that is to actually be able to make those kind of realizations of like, there goes a little bit of my self-respect. It's a good thing in the sense of like accepting the world around oneself. Like one won't have that internal kind of process if one can't even accurately ascertain the level at which somebody is at, right? They might just go, well, I'm better in this way, and then they lose that chance for genuine growth and accepting of the world around them, kind of thing. So I'd say it's an interesting word because it sounds horrible, but there tends to be, in my experience, and it might have been more present when I was like growing up, it's like the good thing. There's like feeling shame and like not having good self-esteem, and then there's mortify, which is like the higher level adult version where people are actually in control of themselves enough to not like let it really impact them. So I hope that helps. There's a little bit of reading in this one. It's Italian word of the day, but Italian word of the day, mortificare, which translates to English as mortify. Happy Friday, 8 December 2023. As of filming this, I am Tanis Coralee Leonhardi, and this is my YouTube channel, Tanis Leonhardi.